Hey everyone, welcome back to 2 Minutes Tuesday with Bala. This week we're going to look into Azure Bicep modules. Let's get started. Azure modules are a piece of code that's reusable across other Bicep files and could be exported. So this is a important topic in Biceps and make it more like how do we define a module and then how do we organize, and this helps in better organization of code. So the keyword for defining a module is module keyword, and then you need to give a symbolic name, which is in this case like a custom name for your module, and then path to the file. So in this example, again, we're going with the storage. We're doing a storage module, and then we are pointing it to the actual storage account Bicep file. And then we are saying like, what is the name? In this case, it's a storage deploy. And then parameters, we are passing the storage prefix stg as a parameter. So the naming conventions, again, the symbolic names are case sensitive. So you have to, all your modules have to have proper naming conventions. So you cannot use like uppercase, lowercase. So they can contain letters, numbers, and underscores. They cannot start with a number. The resources cannot have the same name as parameter variable or the module. So it has to have like unique name for the module. So they cannot like names and scopes. Whenever you're creating a module, the name is important for that. So you have, in this case, it's having a storage deploy name. Scope specifically is important too. Scope defines where this particular module is going to be executed. In this case, resource groups of demo RG. In that case, it's going to create those storage into that particular resource group. So you can also have a conditional deploy. So in this case, we are just adding a if condition. So if that condition matches, then it's going to deploy. Let's look into the example. So we have a parameter which is called a new or existing string. In this case, the default value is new if you don't give anything. And then when you're creating a resource for a storage account, it is going to check whether it is a new, or if it is new, that's when it's going to create this and execute it. If it is not new, it's just going to skip that. So a lot of times this will avoid a repetitive creation of resources which is already there to avoid any issues there. The same way you can do multiple deploy at once, and it is something similar to the parameters which we saw, the batch size, where you give a particular number, then it goes in serial. If you don't give a batch size, then eventually it's going to just go everything in parallel. So even if you create 100 resource items, it's just going to do all at once in parallel. So the base name is there. In this case, it's taking the resource ID, and then the module is called as stg module, which is nothing else storage. It's picking up the storage account.bicep file, which is having the definition and the parameters that is needed. Taking the params, in this case, a storage name, and you can see that it's iterating with an I, so it has a unique name every time it's creating it. Finally, we are just outputting all the storage accounts endpoint, and you can see the stg module as the actual module. Then I'm just saying dot outputs dot and endpoint, I can access it. The storage option, so whenever you're creating modules, it's going to be a piece of reusable code. So you can have it as a local file, or you can have it as a private registry within your organization, so the other teams can use it, or you can have it as a public registry. In this case, Azure by default have this public registry. Whenever you're using that, you say the module, whatever name it is, and then you're pointing it to the BR public and then the particular file path. In this case, there are some samples there. That's about using modules. We'll see you next week with another topic. Thank you very much for watching.